Hey gamers, Guilty here with a guide for a surprisingly difficult level, Hibernation Hostel. The pro time to beat is 6 minutes 30 and the bonus objectives are Slumber Party, Jump on all the beds, Goin Nuts, deliver 3 acorns, and not that one, don't use the sliding door. To make this level easier, I like to split it into sections. For the first section there are 3 items you'll want to throw into the cyan bedroom. The acorn hidden in the purple room, the pink kitchen appliance, and the yellow chalice. Once done, we'll put all the items from the bottom 4 rooms into the yellow bedroom. There are 8 items including the acorn to pick up. You can rotate through these 4 rooms in a clockwise direction, but try not to lean too far into that yellow room or the one-way door will close on you and you'll have to go all the way back to the start. The 3 acorns hidden in this level are required for one of the bonus objectives. They don't appear when highlighting the items, so be careful not to lose them. At the moment we have only 1, but the others will appear in the later rooms. Now if you want to be extra careful with the items when you put it into the next room without the door closing on you, you can grab say this desk or another big item and lodge it between the door so it can't shut, but you also need a gap so where you can put the items through the door too. Once we get the items into the yellow room, we are on to our next phase of business. Similar to the bottom 4 rooms, we're going to rotate the items into the next ones. Now I try to wedge the desk into the door, but I lose a bit of time doing so. Luckily we can walk around and back into the yellow room. Now this is probably the hard part of the level because sometimes you're in a room where if it locks you out you can't actually go back to the previous one. You'll have to go back to the start and waste maybe 30 seconds getting back to where you were. Apart from the items you already put into the yellow room, there are 4 extra items you need to gather also. So there's that desk chair into the yellow room, there's that triangular sphere, there's that little clock and that's quite annoying to move, and there's a second acorn, and this is a big acorn and it's just in that right room with all the other acorns, but it's the smallest one to the left. Now at this point of time, including those 2 acorns, you have 12 items you should be able to move in these rooms. Now there's a reason I'm not putting the items into the other room, I'm putting it into the dressing room. There are 2 ways to go about this, and the reason I put it into that room is the other one has that button in there and you're not allowed to press that button at all because it will open that door and void you from one of the other bonus objectives. I've done it in the past, I've thrown lots of items in there and it accidentally bounced onto that button, so if you want to mitigate this, just go into the dressing room. Now we're going to move that desk into that room I was just speaking about, and you're going to have to find that 3rd acorn in that room too. These are the only 2 items you kind of want in that room to reduce you from hitting that button. And you're going to have to make another run around the map just to get here, but that's important for another objective I'll come to in shortly. Here you can either choose to put the desk and that 3rd acorn into the final room, or you can come to the dressing room like I am now and move all those items into that final room. Either way, it doesn't really matter. So I wedged that office chair perfectly on the door so I can fit all the items in without it kind of blocking everything. But now we have to move this little clock thing, and you want to topple it down first because it's a bit high to fit through that next doorway. So once you topple it, it will make it easier, but I find this is the hardest object to move around. Oh, and another reminder, don't forget those acorns. They don't appear on your highlighted section when you press that button, so be careful not to lose them. It's a bit chaotic with all these items in there, but you're going to have to just throw them all out towards that truck. You don't have to put them in the truck yet, because we can do that later, but just get them out the room so they're not cluttering everything when we move that desk in there later. Now remember, there are no walls where that truck is, so be careful when you throw the items, because if they go off the edge they'll find their way to where they spawned the first time, and this can mean it's a dead run just for that one item falling off. Now I didn't really want that door to shut on me, I didn't get all the items out, but there is enough items to get that desk through there next time we go through the house. The truck doesn't get too cluttered with the items you have to do. There's 14 items you need to put in the truck including the acorns, and they should all fit pretty nicely. On the way to the other items, we're going to go through the hostel and jump on all the beds. There are 6 of them and I'm going to show you all the locations and you can hit them out in one go. So we just jumped on that purple one, you got the blue one here, and you got to make sure you hear that boing sound, otherwise it won't count. There are many times I did this level and I didn't get that bonus objective just because of that reason. So give it a double jump if you really want to, just to make sure you got it. And then you're going to hit this bed here, that bed there, and then the final yellow bed in this room over here. And you should have that bonus objective now that you've jumped on all 6 beds. Now we're back to this acorn. We're going to get that third acorn into that room. Going to move this desk here. Kind of gets wedged, but you should wiggle it through. And we didn't press that button, which is good. So we have all the objectives besides that acorn one down there. Just going to wedge that there so we can fit all the other items through this final room. And this big acorn's kind of problematic, but we can get it through there. If you're struggling to get all the bonus objectives in this level, you can do this in multiple runs. I've done it in one run and only just, and it was quite difficult for me to do that. But you can separate all the different items. If you want to get those acorns on a different run while getting the pro time on another, you can do so, just to make it easier for you. But if you want a challenge, try to get them all done like I did now. Now all we have to do is put the rest of the items into the truck. Now remember, you want to put the acorns in there first before that final item, or you'll end the level before you get that bonus objective. And that's Hibernation Hostel. Please hit that like and subscribe button if this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!